Hey guys, it's Christina from Redefine Creative, and I am here for a Secret Not Secret Kit Club Day layout, or as some of my friends have started calling it, Christina Day. And so this past weekend, no, the weekend before, was our members only party. And for the month of June, we had an extra long party and did some team challenges. And one of the team challenges was like a mini game of the telephone hop, where a layout went from person to person to person and changed as it went. And so when the layout got to me, I went ahead and filmed my process, not because this is like a super technique heavy layout, but because I did a couple of things that I thought some of you might be interested in trying. So you kind of saw off to the side of the screen there, and I move it around to try and make it so you can see it. The layout that my friend Lori sent to me, and so it had all these really bright like blocks of pattern paper, 5 different ones in the background. And so I'm staying pretty true to her sketch before I start the embellishing part. And for some reason, I'm just going to be honest here, cutting these papers like fought with me. Like, I don't know if it's because I really am not a measurer or what the deal is, but cutting the paper for some reason just did not work the way I wanted it to work. So you're seeing a whole lot of trial and error as I try different sizes of papers to get to a combination where I felt like it was going to work for me. So if this happens to you, don't feel like you're alone. Even those of us that create YouTube videos have the same struggle sometimes where like the layers just were not working. I don't know why. But eventually I get to a place where I have all 5 of my blocks that I'm happy with. And I'm going to use some Close to My Heart collection. Lori also used a Close to My Heart collection, so instead of going with brights, I decided to go with pastels, which is not a color combination that I do super often, but I have some pictures of our trip to Alani in Hawaii still that I want to scrapbook, and this particular collection from Close to My Heart is perfect for that. So this is an older one, but I really, really love it. So I'm going ahead and I'm taking my black pen and doing some pen lines like around the outside of each of my pattern paper blocks as well as around the outside of the layout. And that's the same type of technique that Lori did on her particular layout as well. So I tried really hard when I was putting my pattern papers together to choose some bright bold ones and some more subtle ones so that I would kind of end up with both. And then I'm going to go ahead and put a darker and a brighter pattern paper underneath the edge of my photo, just like she has in her sketch. But I decided that that pattern paper that's like the ombre green waves was just a little bit not quite fancy enough. So I went ahead and took this Ink Road palm frond like leaf stamp in a matching color, which I believe I used Hot Tub from Catherine Pooler, and stamped that leaf all over that paper. And I really feel like that made a huge difference. So if you are working with a pattern paper and you feel like it's just not quite giving you the pop that you want, try doing a tone-on-tone stamping to it. And sometimes that will make a huge difference. So that was like a big reason I wanted to still leave this video up, even though it's a pretty simple design, because I wanted to make sure that I suggested to you to try that kind of tone-on-tone stamping. So then I went ahead and included a couple of small doilies, and I'm going to do that same stamp to my actual doily. So I'm stamping right on top of the doily. And then I felt like I needed to add another little pop of that bright blue because there's some bright blue palm trees in the one pattern paper, and there's a bright blue shirt on one of my kids. So I thought that worked. So I went ahead and got those stamps kind of tucked in there as well. I'm going to go ahead and put my title right on top of my photo, and that is something that I like. I just love that look of having your title in some of the like white open space of your photo. So I have it in the bottom just like she does on her layout, but I went ahead and moved mine right up on top of my photo. And then I'm going to go ahead and kind of scatter a bunch of puffy sticker heart embellishments. So I'm still using the same elements she had on hers, but I changed my placement of my doilies to kind of be in the areas where I had more subtle pattern papers going on. And that was just a subtle change, but it does change the look of the layout just a little bit before I pass it on to the next person, like in the lineup. but I really like how that looks. And I also had to go back and add some black enamel dots because, you know me, there's got to be a little like pop of black in there to balance out all that color. But that's basically going to do it. So this one came together really quickly, especially because I had such a gorgeous layout to scrap lift off of in my telephone hop challenge. But I thought you might like to see how it turned out. So I will be back to see you guys again really soon. Bye, everybody.